Hey, dirty bird. Dirty bird. Crank bird right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing Cole's 6-month update. He might be doing this the whole time though, so I don't know how much I'm going to get to talk. So the first thing to talk about with Cole now is that he's starting to get very mobile, which I mean, I think probably another month or two he's going to be crawling, which is just crazy to me. I can't believe, I don't know what he's doing. I can't believe how much he has grown in just the past month. And one of the first things that he does is that he will hold his arms wide out like he's flying. But he actually wants you to pick him up. So when he's in his walker or his bouncer or just sitting down in anything really, he will do that. He'll put his arms out and want you to come pick him up. And he is just getting a lot more movable on the floor. I'll show you guys like what he does, but if he will cooperate, he's a little cranky because unfortunately he still catnaps. I'm almost convinced that I don't think my son will ever nap good. I mean, it could just be how he is. And the most that I can ever really get out of him daily is maybe 50 minutes. So it's really frustrating because now now that I noticed that he's been 6 months for like a week now, I think, but the past couple of weeks, I noticed that he's been getting cranky during the day, and he used to not get like that even if he wasn't getting a lot of sleep. But I still think he's not getting enough sleep for his age that he's supposed to get during the day. Every once in a while he'll get an hour and a half, maybe, but it's very rare that happens. So a lot of the times he's just very kind of like, he's just been screaming really loud and just been a lot more crankier than usual. But I think a lot of it has to do because he doesn't get enough sleep during the day. But I think that's just how he is. He doesn't want to sleep most of the time. If any of you guys have any advice on that, I've watched every video out there about how to get your baby to nap longer and all that stuff, and I can't figure it out because he knows how to put himself to sleep. So I don't really know what the issue is. I keep him awake long enough to where he's tired, so I don't know why he doesn't sleep. But anyways, as far as like everything else goes, it's been getting a lot better in my opinion. Like now that he's 6 months old, I feel a lot better about things. I'm actually able to get things done. I'm able to do daily cleaning and all that kind of stuff that I need to do and not really have to worry about having to hold him or feed him every 2 hours, because his feeding has increased now to about every 3 to 4 hours, which is awesome. It makes such a difference. Oh my God, I never thought that the 2-hour feeding was ever going to end. And it's amazing how stuff changes before you know it. So I always try to just keep my hopes high for things that I feel like that are never going to happen, because I think they will happen. Sometimes being a mom, you just want things to happen so things can be easier. But at the same time, you really don't want to wish time away because they're only small once. So, say tell hi. So you've been working on sitting up. You're getting very good at that. You are just a little wobbly and kind of lazy. He is very lazy, you guys. Like I've noticed he's able to hold things when he wants to, but most of the time he wants me to hold it for him. Like even his bottle, I've seen him hold his bottle before, but most of the time he doesn't even try to. I try to get him to hold things and he'll just throw it down, or I mean maybe he's not to the point where he's supposed to be fully holding things all the way. I don't really know, but he's just lazy half the time about things. I feel like he just doesn't want to hold things very long. I don't know, maybe he's just not to the point where they do that really well. That's probably what it is. But it just seems to me sometimes he's like, here, you do it for me and I'll just sit here while you feed me, and I'll just sit here while you do everything. Is what moms are for, right? But I do hopefully hope that he gets better with that. I'm sure he will, but we had his doctor's appointment the other day. He weighs 17 pounds and 9 ounces. He's like 27 or 28 inches long. He's over the 50 percentile, so he is big for his, I guess, age and everything. And I think what it is, it's not so much that he's like chunky. He's going to be tall. He's going to be like his father, and both of my husband's kids, all 3 of his kids, are tall. So I'm pretty sure that this guy will be tall too. And I'm not too bad myself. I'm like 5'5", so I'm not too awful short. As far as differences with him, I'm trying to think of like what all to talk about. So he's been killing solid food. I might have talked about that in the last update, but he loves solid food. He's definitely on a 3-day meal now. We do oatmeal and like fruit for breakfast, and we do like either a fruit or a vegetable mix for lunch, because he is doing stage 2 food now. And we do normally 2 containers for dinner. So I mean, he's eating food like no one's business. And every time that me or my husband have food, or if we have drinks, he's very aware of that. He will watch what you are doing, and he's wanting what you have. He's very like into what we are doing now. Like, he's very intrigued by things. He just likes to touch everything now. Earlier I went to the kitchen to take something out there, and I walked back in, and he was over here, and he had made his way over here to where the diaper basket was, and he had his hand in the diaper basket, and I was like, oh no, no, no. He's moving along quite well. So I know pretty soon I'm going to be invested in one of those baby gates to keep him contained in an area while I do things, or just while he plays, because I do not want him to be roaming all over the house. And for one, I don't want to chase him, and for 2, I don't want him to get hurt. I don't want him to be touching things he's not supposed to, which I will be starting to probably I do try to say no when he's doing something or touching something that he shouldn't touch. I try to say no just to get no out there so he knows what no is. And as far as like when he really starts getting into things he's not supposed to, which will probably be a little bit of time yet, but I will definitely enforce that as well, probably a little bit more, by just gradually kind of smacking his hands a little bit, not hard, just a little bit, to teach him not to touch things. That's how I was taught. That's how my friend taught her kids. I feel like a lot of people anymore are so against disciplining their children, and I honestly think that's what's wrong sometimes with kids this generation, is that they're not being disciplined like they should. And I'm not talking about like doing anything harsh or anything, but a little bit of discipline. Kids need to have fear in order to listen, I feel like. So if you don't enforce anything and let them do whatever they want, you're setting yourself up for disaster, in my opinion. But I know everybody's opinion is different, so I don't want to get off on a topic about that. But that's personally what I'm going to try to do with my son, is I'm going to try to teach him. What? Are you hungry? Is it bottle time? Is it bottle time? Yeah? You want some milk? He's a little crabby. Yeah. As you guys, he's always been very impatient about feedings, but I'm sure all babies are like that when they're hungry. I know whenever I'm hungry, I don't like to wait. But he gets very mad. He definitely has a temper. I'd say he gets it from his dad. But we're still putting oatmeal in his bottle to help with his spit up. Hopefully whenever he learns to fully sit by himself, he will stop spitting up as much, I would think, once he learns how to do that. We still use the rusty strap in his bed. when he goes to sleep, and even for naps. I started eating for naps back in the crib today because he was sleeping on my bed, but I'm just to the point where I want him to know that his bed is where he needs to sleep all the time, and he's really good about sleeping wherever, but I had made a lot of choices of sometimes in the early morning putting him back to sleep with me in bed so I can get more sleep, and I'm just to the point where I want him to sleep in his own bed all the time. So, because I don't want him to get addicted to sleeping with me or anything, because he does seem to sleep better when he's with me or when I lay down with him for naps. But today he did just fine in his crib for naps. He's took 2 naps so far, but they weren't very long. But they never are. But anyways, I just kind of have to, I sing a song to him and give him his ninny, and you know, it takes a little bit for him to go to sleep, but normally when he's tired enough, he'll go to sleep in there, and he knows with the noise machine and everything, and I got it dark in there, he knows it's time to go to sleep. So that is one thing that I've gotten better at, is for the naps, to get him to make sure that he's going to sleep for a nap. So that's gotten a lot easier. It's just still, I wish he would get the rest that he needed for himself. People might look at it like, oh well, she's probably just mad because she's not getting time to herself or whatever. And it's like no, it's not like that. It's more like I'm worried about my son. Like, I want him to get more sleep for himself, so he's not cranky, and so he's feeling good during the day. I have always felt like since he hit the 4-month mark that he just doesn't get enough sleep in the day, and sometimes I feel like that at night too. I mean, he's normally sleeping about 12 hours total, but I still feel like he's tired. I don't know. I mean, he just yawns all the time. He's so I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not a doctor, so he's growing where he needs to be and above his everything, so I'm assuming that he gets enough sleep for himself. He loves toys, he loves to play, he really likes tummy time now, and he's getting up on his knees. This just started about a week ago. He's actually up on the knees, rocking back and forth a little bit, and scooting a lot more than what he was. So I know once he figures out how to sit up, I think he's going to figure out how to go crawling. So he's very, very intrigued into going. He's walking a lot more in his walker. He just goes across the floor. I just had him coming out through the hallway. He walked all the way out of the hallway and back through the hallway. He's definitely going to be, he wants to go all the time wants to go. He still not a fan of sitting in the car for a long time. Gets bored, I guess. He will still sleep in the car when he's tired or when we're out somewhere, so I feel good when we go out. He's more intrigued of things. I feel like he's getting a little bit more ornery, like he wants to touch a lot of things that he shouldn't touch, which is instinct to babies. They want to touch everything, but his hair is coming back in a lot thicker. It's really getting long. He screams really loud now at the top of his lungs all the time, screaming now, which is something he used to not do. He would do it every once in a while, but now he does it like all the time. He's teething really bad still. We haven't seen a tooth come in yet, but I feel like soon we're probably going to have a tooth. Gotten the hang of rolling back and forth a lot better. It's getting better all the time, so hopefully within another month we shouldn't have to use the resty strap in his crib. The only issue that we're having with that is that he's so used to the strap. We actually tried to let him sleep without it one night, and he woke up at midnight because he had rolled himself over onto his stomach and was mad about it. So I don't know what to do about that. I feel like it's so frustrating. I have a love and hate relationship with that strap just because I feel so bad to restrict my baby's movements, you know. I mean, it doesn't restrict his legs and arms obviously, but from him wanting to roll over, and with the strap, I feel like it's kind of taught him that rolling over to the belly means playtime, which he wants to do so bad. So even when we let him try to go to sleep and he rolls over, he won't go to sleep because he thinks that that means playtime. He doesn't know that he can lay down to go to sleep on his belly. Maybe we don't give him long enough time to try. I don't know, guys. Honestly, if any of you guys use that strap, let me know. I mean, I like it because it's helped us get a better night's sleep and everything. But I just can't wait until we don't have to use that thing no more. Just so he can sleep how he wants to sleep, and maybe we'll start, I don't know, getting more comfortable, because I know that that strap sometimes interferes, and I got to get it on a certain way, or it's just awful sometimes. Pretty good. He seems to rock back a lot. Like I said, I'm almost convinced he's lazy because he just wants to lay back on me. But he is getting better with it. See, there he went. I think he just fell, but that's the only really issue. And sometimes he'll go forward and won't put his arms. Most of the time, he's putting his arms down in front of him. You gotta sit up. Sit up. To stop himself, and then he'll just rock there like this. Lose your balance. He is getting better, though, I will say that. He's way better now than what he was 2 weeks ago. So he's still eating once in the night, which last night was at 2 in the morning. I don't know why, but he only ate once, though. He did not wake back up for any more feedings. As long as he's getting some kind of feeding in the night, like one feeding, he will sleep until about 7 o'clock in the morning normally. Sometimes he'll wake up maybe a little earlier than 7, and he goes to bed about 7 or 7:30, so that is like 12 hours of sleep altogether. So that's pretty good. But he does still eat in the night, and I guess that will probably go on for a while. I guess he just needs, I feel like when I feed him, it's not like a habit. It's more like he seems like he's actually hungry because he cries like he's hungry, and then just drinks all of the bottle. So I don't know. He likes books a lot. And toys, obviously, even though I feel like sometimes he gets a little bored with his toys, but he never gets bored of this train. He loves this train that my mom got him. And she actually found it at a yard sale, so it's really cool. Does all kind of noises and sings, and he just loves this train. And I feel like he's very bored of his walker, though. He's all the time wanting out of it when I put him in it. He doesn't stay contained in it as long as he used to. But the jumperoo thing, he still likes it a lot. So I can get some dishes and stuff done. I just throw him in there while I do them. Or vacuum the floor. I'll put him in something while I do stuff. And it's gotten a lot easier in a lot of ways. I am honestly just so happy about all that. But I'm excited to see him grow within the next month and see how much more he learns, because it's amazing how fast they pick up things and learn things. Before you know it, they're doing something new, and it never stops. It's always like an ongoing thing, is what I've learned, and it will continue to be for a long time. So whoa, I think I'm going to end this video because I'm pretty sure I don't have anything else to talk about. I think I've covered everything new that he's been doing. A lot of things are still pretty similar to last month, but a lot of things have changed in a way, so that's really exciting. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys what he does on the floor real quick about getting up on his knees and stuff. I just was trying to give him time for his belly to settle before we do it. Get up on your knees. Show him what you do. Hopefully you don't spit up. Are you going to spit up? Are you going to spit up? He can get up all the way, but he's probably just wore out, guys. Are you tired? Come on, get them knees up. Come on. He was up one a while ago. He's just tired, you guys. He has figured out that getting up on the knees means he's going to get somewhere. So he turns himself in a full circle like you can see right now. What? Where are you going? Come on. Go. Go. You go get it before you know it. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed Cole's 6-month update. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. And we will see you guys in our next video. Be sure to check out our vlogs and my cleaning videos and baking videos if you are new to my channel. I'm pretty random and I like to just do a lot of random things. So, so check out all the videos and we will see you guys later. Say bye. Bye. Say bye-bye. Tell them bye-bye. Tell them bye-bye. Tell bye. You go tell them bye.